Hi, Taurus. This is Jeffrey. This is Right Color. And this is your three-card reading for the week of February 7th through the 14th. I hope you're well. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I'm offering 30-minute readings for $30, and all the information is below. You know, it's interesting. I live in New York, and outside my window, I can see the Empire State, and it's just finished snowing, and it's very foggy, and like I see it, and then I don't see it, and I see it, and I don't see it, and I see it, and it's actually the best time to go to the Empire State isn't the fog. You're like, oh, you can't see anything. It's almost like there's a Da Vinci drawing where he draws a city in fog, and it's sort of there, and it's sort of not. It's kind of really cool, and I think the reason I'm telling you this is because this week might be like that. I think that's what I'm supposed to be telling you. It's like, I'm getting a glimmer. I kind of see it, but I don't. And then I kind of see it and I don't. And I think this week might be like that for you. Otherwise, I don't think that would have come up. There you go. Okay, one more. And away we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay. 6 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. The 6 of Swords is really, it's a fascinating card. There's so much going on in that card. But the 6 of Swords is really about moving on. It's about moving from a place that it doesn't work or is stopped working to a new place. And I get a lot of images from this, but I always feel like with the 6 of Swords, they don't necessarily have a destination. All they know is that they're leaving, and which is fine. I mean, I know a lot of times we like to know where we're going, but swords are all about thought. So I feel like there's a way of thinking or a way of seeing things or ideas that you're moving away from. And you don't really know quite where you're going, but it doesn't really matter. If something isn't working, like let's say you go to a restaurant, right? You go to a restaurant, and as you're sitting there, you're like, this place is dirty. This place is dirty and it doesn't feel right. And do I need to know, like if I'm sitting with my friend and we decide to leave, like within the first 5 minutes of being there, do we need to know where we're going? No. All we need to know is that we're getting out of this place and we're going somewhere else. I don't, we don't have to have this whole dissertation. It's like, well, oh, well, like, no, let's just get out of here. It feels like greasy, right? I don't need to know where I'm going. All I know is that this isn't working. And sometimes, our thoughts are like that. It's like, or ideas like that. And it's like, well, either it worked for a time and now it doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. Or it's like, sometimes you put effort into something and, you get nothing back. So it's kind of like, well, it's time to switch gears. It's time to switch gears. Excuse me. Now, What people don't, sometimes when you grow these things, it's like you could feel the itching underneath. It's a little weird. Okay. Um, and it was like this week, but then it just got too unruly. Then you get the five. So the five is a really weird little card. Um, Fives are all about change, right? So there might be something you're leaving, um, and you kind of, they leave because they have to. Remember that. They're leaving because they have to. There's no choice. I mean, you could stay in that greasy restaurant. Um, and then there's this feeling of being out in the cold, of being in exile. But the thing is, this is about change. So this is really the precipice of which way am I going to go? This is all about the decision as to whether I decide to stay out in the cold or whether I decide to go into the light. So we don't really know in this card whether they're going toward or going away from. So I think it's really about a choice. It's like, well, where do I want to be in the light or am I going to stick it out? For me, it's all about, I mean, here I am looking out the window and it's snowing and it's like, I'm glad I'm inside. I'm glad I'm inside. Um, it's pretty, but it's cold. um, you know what I want to say? Sometimes the good is the enemy of the best. That's what I want to say. Sometimes we hang on to things and because we feel obligated or because it's familiar, or sometimes we're hanging on to things or we're trying to make something work that is just not going to work. So, but it's familiar. Change is not easy, you know, um, but change is evolution. Change is it's the only thing that you can rely on. It's the only thing you rely on. It's going to change. Um, and sometimes, you know, we're reluctant to do that um, because we don't really know where we're heading. And sometimes you have to just say, it doesn't matter. All I know is this is no longer working. I tried, it worked, and now it doesn't. That's it. That's it. This is where you get. This is like an amazing card. This is like, this is really, to me, one of the best cards in the deck. This is like the beginning of sort of emotional fulfillment, healing, nurturing, um, kindness. I also feel like this is, I always feel like all the aces, honestly, because you get this, you know, I mean, you know, these sort of tell stories, right? You know, there's usually people in them and they're doing an action or doing an inaction. And sometimes you get a feeling from a card of them happy or not happy or whatever it is. But all the aces have this weird, you know, so this seems like, you know, like a little painting, right? But this is kind of surreal. What is this weird hand coming out? What is that? What is that? Walking down the street and this weird hand comes along. This enormous hand, not even an arm, just a hand, you know, giving me something. You know, it's either the pentacle or the wand or the sword or the cup. And I feel like, it's like God or the universe or the angels, just like, oh, here's something for you. Sometimes things just sort of appear, right? Somebody calls you for a job, someone you don't even know, or somebody you haven't spoken to in 20 years, or they go, oh, I was thinking of you, and I was wondering whether you want to be the CEO of my company. It's only $1 million a month. You only have to work Monday and Tuesday for 3 hours. Interested? No, I don't know. I'm kind of busy on Monday and Tuesday. That's what it feels like. It feels like a healing, a blessing. And I feel like the healing and blessing comes because you finally moved forward and you finally said, I want to go into the light. And you finally said, this isn't working for me anymore. So the universe hears you and says, oh, okay, that's not working. How about this? How about healing? How about intuition? How about the elixir? How about health? There you go. So it's have faith. Have faith. It's very nice. You know, sometimes it's cloudy, right? You can't really see it. You know it's out there. Like it's out there. And it's like, and here I am standing in the cold. It's like, I'm gonna head toward that. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna head toward it. Because, it's easier to stay warm when you're moving. Anyway, that's that. Blessings to you. Thanks for tuning in.